Hey, aloha, Epic Lifestyle team. This is Steve Lee from live from Hong Kong in my humble apartment. Just want to give you guys some updates now that Hong Kong market has launched. There's lots of excitement. You probably saw some videos. Brand Center is always very busy, but with the launch of any market, it's always good to be in the know, good to be informed, and there will be hiccups and challenges, which we really encounter some. So the purpose of this video is to put everybody as much on the same page as possible so that we all informed and we all better able to not only build our business in this side of the market, but also help our people to get a piece of action with the information. So the first thing I want to touch upon, I've been getting a lot of WeChat, WhatsApp, Facebook messages from practically a lot of people. It's okay, I'm always doing my best to serve, but obviously there's only one me. It's only 24/7. At times I feel a little bit swamped, but I'm doing my best and I'm asking all of you, especially you're watching this video, you're NMD and above, or you're about to be NMD, really take on some leadership, and I really want you to be involved with building your team in this market. Okay, so first thing, a lot of information you guys are asking me already on the microsite. So some of you may not be familiar with it. It's been out there for a while through company communication. Okay, is neriuminternational.com.hk, neriuminternational.com.hk, the whole thing spelled out. Okay, the site has been updated with additional files, information. So check it out. For example, a lot of people ask me for pricing in Hong Kong, QV, BV, packages, various packages. All of those information, folks, all of them is on this site, okay? And also, many of you are asking me for the comp plan. The comp plan for Hong Kong and for this market is also on the site, okay? So when you launch the site, you probably default in Chinese, but if you go all the way to the top, on the upper right-hand corner, you see various language options, English, I believe Japanese, and even Korean. So you can see the information in various languages. And so make sure you're informed, okay? Because building an international team successfully really truly requires a team effort. And yes, I am here, but again, folks, remember, I'll be able to best serve you if you've done your part to inform the people instead of come to me and ask me for things that you can easily go online and find yourself. And so please do that first, but let me touch upon a couple things on the comp plan, okay? NGB 3 or free is not available in this market. Neither is the customer loyalty program, okay? There's no customer referral program where they can get compensation like free product, things like that in this market, because it's not applicable. We have something in this market that's very exciting. I believe no other market has. For example, we have the annual auto ship package already included in the premier, in the elite pack and the business pack. Again, all of those information is on the microsite, neriuminternational.com.hk. Okay. So again, no 3 or free, no NGB. Okay. And majority of the people in Asia, for those of you probably already know, for those of you who don't know, this is a very ambitious market and also a very enterprising people here. People are going after, for most part, the business, even though product is important, but they'll try the product and they'll use the product, most of them, alongside of building the business. That's not to say we're not going to have customers. We will have customers, but not to the ratio of what we have had in the last 5 years in the States. It's just the way it is in this market. Hence, no NGB, no 3 or free. Enrollment, very important, okay? Right now, folks, again, we have to do our part to get our language correctly in terms of in this market, okay? Technically speaking, we are open in Hong Kong, okay? We are full-blown open and doing business Hong Kong, brand center, general manager, employees, the whole 9 yards, okay? So enrolling people in Hong Kong, obviously no problem. Through Hong Kong, through the e-commerce model, which anybody can buy things online, right? Through the e-commerce model, people from Macau and people from the greater or mainland China can also participate to the e-commerce process, okay, to purchase product as customer, to also become BP from their enrolling sponsors website, okay? And so that's all there is to it, to the e-commerce model. And this is phase 1. Phase 2, phase 3 will, particularly in China, because it's a huge market, we'll go to the process of applying and also waiting to get our own direct selling license. That will take a while. That can take years, 2 years at the minimum. Okay, so but that's it. The e-commerce model, that's the language you want to use. Therefore, folks, we don't want you to put on Facebook or anything like that. You know, now Nerium is grand opening in China. China is open for Nerium. You can say the language is we are open in Hong Kong. Okay, we welcome our friends in China and Macau to be part of our Nerium family through the e-commerce model. Buy things online. Anybody in China or Macau can buy anything online and get products shipped to them. And many companies offer referral for them referring people to their website. So that's all there is to it. It's only for personal usage. We're not selling product at store. We're not selling on kiosks, or we're not doing the kind of thing that some other direct selling company already doing, like Amway and Nu Skin have storefront. We're not at that point yet. Okay, purely e-commerce model. Okay, enough of that. You guys get the drift. Enrollment. Hong Kong is self-explanatory. You go online, you enroll. Okay, you put in the information. Shipping is done by DHL in Hong Kong. Shipping time about 1 day, 1 to 2 days. Asia, everything is fast. Okay, I want to talk about specifically about China. There's been some challenges, some issues, and I think a lot to do with, because some of those involving, different aspect of the the enrollment process. But I can tell you, the enrollment process in this market, it has to be the simplest I've ever encountered compared to that of Korea and Japan. So let's talk about enrolling people in China. You do have to choose the country, Hong Kong, okay, because China's not on the map officially. By the way, speaking of the enrollment, there is a video. There's a video in your microsite, okay? Of course, it's in English. It will show you the various process. And I believe many of you on this line also receive file, particularly those of you who are in touch with me, also receive file of screenshot, which is similar to the video you see on the microsite. So I recommend you to see that first to familiar yourself, even if you're not personally enrolling in China. But if you are a leader, if you are working with people that might be building in this side of the world, it is your responsibility. It's good and smart for you to know. You don't want to be dependent, okay? If you're going to build a team, be in the know, be in the trenches, okay? So watch that video. There's one particular thing I want to bring up in the China application. Yes, you do choose Hong Kong, okay? And when you go to the process and you pick your product package option, and then you will be going to a page where the drop down by default is Hong Kong, where you put in Hong Kong address, but you don't. You do not put in Hong Kong address because you're in China. When I say you, I'm talking about the enrolling person in Greater China, okay? So you click the drop down menu and click personal use. Of course, all of this is in Chinese, folks, okay? People enrolled in China, they'll understand. For personal use, that's the English translation, okay? Do not choose Hong Kong. You do not need to put in an address when you're enrolling people in China. When they enroll in China, they'll understand. Address on the application, it's not a requirement until you completed your application, until you finish putting in your order, okay? So make sure you choose a drop-down menu, choose for personal use, okay? Again, it's all part of that instruction video you see on the microsite, and I believe it's under either questions and answers or something like that. You see it, just click through all those links. Click through those links on your microsite, you see that video, okay? And also one thing very important, when you get to the payment page for China, okay? When you get to the payment page for China BP or China PC, okay? They'll ask you to put in your building address. Okay, again, it's not necessary to put in whatever, okay? My point is, it's not necessary for you to put in your actual building address. You can if they have one in China. because the payment system, the way the gateway is programmed is let's say when I say you, I'm assuming all of you are in the US, okay? If you want to help out, you pay for a certain person, maybe family member, maybe they don't have credit card or whatever. You want to work out a situation where you can use your own credit card to do it, which is Visa, Master. You can do it. So this payment form where they ask for building address is kind of like they ask you for city and state. In Hong Kong, there's no state. They call it different now. They call it province. But again, China people, they kind of understand if they don't this time input anything. Put something on each field. Every field on the application that has an asterisk, the Hong Kong people know it as a star. Has a star, it requires an input. You can put whatever. Like today, I input someone from China with their credit card, of course. I just put in 123 Main Street. And, you know, city, any town, whatever. Just put something. It requires an input of anything on the building address, okay? If people in China, they want to put in the building address in China, that's fine. But my point is very simple. Make sure there's something in the field of the building address, okay? Something, you gotta put something there. Don't get confused if it's about, there's no state here in China and you get stuck. Don't get stuck, put in something. Put in NY, put in HI, put in whatever, put a Chinese character there. It doesn't really matter. The program will pick up, oh, there's something inputted. Because in China, there's no building address verification to process a credit card payment. So as long as you put in the credit card, payment, or put in one of the payment. In China, there's 4 types of payment accepted. Visa, Master, WeChat Pay. You don't have to know, they know, okay? 600 million people on WeChat. WeChat Pay is very, very common. More common than credit card. In fact, most people in China don't have credit card or don't use, okay? Also, Union Pay. Again, you don't have to know. You just know that there's 4 options of payment. They would know, okay? So again, building address for Hong Kong applicant is not important. Mailing address is not important. In fact, the field disappears once you choose personal usage, as I mentioned earlier. So the China enrollment is the fastest, okay? However, once you finish your order, you finish the order, okay? They will give you, say, congratulations. Of course, all of this again in Chinese. It will give you your order number, and it will give you very specific instruction. You won't understand it. It's in English. Excuse me, it's in Chinese. Okay, that you are required to send an email or a short message to the email address on the screen. Again, Chinese will follow. They have to send in their order number, their mailing address, where they want to be sent, because when you put in the purchase, there's no address is given to the company. They just take your payment, they know there's an order. Now the shipper, which is what we use, is a third party, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, shipper to China with all kind of goods and merchandises. It's called Shunfeng. Okay, that's the English translation, Shunfeng. But all you know is a big one. Okay, very, very prestigious one. So you need to give them order number, name, address, your phone number. What happens is once you ship out the product, they will send you a short text message, let you know the product has been shipped, okay, and along with a tracking number, so you know exactly where your product is. Usually I heard the shipping time is anywhere from 1 to 4 or 5 days, depending on where you live in China, because China is huge, right? Okay, so that's shipping. Payment, I already talked about payment. In Hong Kong, if people want to pick up product at the brand center, product is available at brand center, but it have to be either Visa or MasterCard, and it has to be enrolled at the brand center. That means an application has to be filled out, hand over to the girl at the customer desk. They will process you. Those are the only orders that can be picked up. If you enroll online, there's no option for will call in Hong Kong and then you go down there. No, online, automatically go to a different part of the platform. It will be shipped. Okay? Will call. Got it? And let's see. Commission, very important. Just so that you know. Again, it's good for you to know because this kind of question people ask you. How do I receive commission? E-wallet. Okay, similar to what we have, the Neon wallet or Pelusion. They have the same thing, e-wallet, and the money landed there can be transferred